Hey you guys, it's Makanor. I know we talked about physical shifting in several different videos, from how it's taboo to talk about in the otherkin community because it initiates debates and arguments, to if physical shifting is possible, there should be evidence and proof of it by now. But in this video, I'm going to talk at length about why I think physical shifting is not possible and why. So, for starters, let's talk about the concept of shapeshifting. An organism either superficially or anatomically changing from one form to another. And this extraordinary process occurs naturally in the wild within several different animal species. Unfortunately, human beings are not on that list of animal species. Now, let's just say, for the sake of argument, otherkin and therians can physically shift through some unknown means. We're not talking about just simply changing your external physical features. We're talking about reshaping your skeletal structure, rearranging your musculature, reshaping organs. This type of metamorphosis will not occur over the period of minutes or hours or days or even weeks. This type of metamorphosis would be more at the pace of months to years. And the energy needed for this transition would be something that your body would not be able to provide. If anything, your body would either give out mid transition or you would die. And I am highly doubtful that anyone will be able to eat or drink during this metamorphosis or transition because your bones are rearranging, your muscles are reshaping, your organs are reshaping. If anything, you won't be able to function at all. You're going to need some support here. Your best bet is IV drips to provide you nutrients and sustenance that you need to continue this metamorphosis. And speaking of this metamorphosis and transition, we have to talk about the principle of mass conservation. And what that means is energy is neither lost nor gained. You can't be a 175-pound person and expect to physically shift into this half-ton elephant or this 200-pound guy or girl and physically shift into this tiny, tiny squirrel. This biomass of yours is not going to randomly disappear into some black hole. And neither are you going to magically gain enough biomass to transform into a fully sized elephant or a shark, a whale, or a buffalo, or anything like that. For a successful physical shift, a successful one, the stereotype or kin type that you are physically shifting into has to be in around the same weight range or biomass as you. Or let's just say you do physically shift into an elephant or a squirrel. You will either be a very, very, very malnourished elephant or underweight elephant, or you will be a very, very, very giant squirrel. And considering that a lot of therians either have fox stereotypes or other small woodland critter stereotypes, we're talking about oversized foxes the size of wolves. We're talking about squirrels the size of dogs. We're talking about cats the size of maybe pumas. Maybe pumas and mountain lions. But it's just, we have to consider that. Mass, you don't randomly gain it and you don't just suddenly lose all of it either. That has to go somewhere. And let's just say you do successfully physically shapeshift from human to your stereotype or kin type. Are you even going to be able to return back to your human form? Because years ago, the physical shifting methods I read were basically all about intent, all about willpower. You have to will your body to change from this form to this form, and from this form back. What if you don't have enough sentience or cognizance to exactly focus on the stereotype body or the kin type body you have returning to your human form? You're stuck. Now, for some Therians or for some other kin, maybe you guys want to just be in your stereotype or your kin type forever. And maybe that's just all you need, and that's perfect. But we're talking about going from one form and back. Now, I don't think it will be practical. I don't think that this type of physical shift that I'm talking about in this video would be practical, because we're talking about months to years that it takes to transition from one form to the other form. Not just that, but it's almost impossible for you to transform on your own. You're going to need support, you're going to need IVs, you're going to need several different types of assistance to make sure that you're alive and that you actually are able to reach one point to the next. And then we're talking about coming back. That's about several months, half a year to a couple of years just to return back to human form. You're going to be severely aged, exhausted, probably even comatose going back to human form, because we're talking about your brain either enlarging or shrinking considering the stereotype or kin type that you are physically shapeshifting into, and that could cause brain damage. I mean, physically shifting in a realistic sense is heavily implausible, if not impossible. And the conditions that you would need to meet in order to do it are highly unlikely. Highly unlikely. But like I said, this is just going off of this hypothetical method of it. Let's just say that through some other unknown means, like I said, that you can just magically skip all this, that you can just change from one form to the other, just like that, without any need for extra energy and without losing mass or anything like that. And you're able to actually transform into a small mouse or squirrel or a gigantic elephant. Well, that defies the laws of physics. But, you know, I just don't know what to say about this. I don't know how to finish up this video. All I'm trying to say is physical shifting or shape shifting, in the sense that a lot of younger Therians and other kin want it to be, is highly implausible, if not impossible. This is Makanor. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Bye.